Hey, what's up guys? It's NashCrafter and welcome to my channel for episode 5 of Decidedly Vanilla Season 2, or Season 5. Season 2 for me, Season 5 for the server. But welcome back guys. So today we are outside of my little smuggler's cave. We're starting off this episode here because I wanted to show you guys the work that I did in between episodes. So this is what it's looking like now. I made the hole to the cave a little bit smaller. I added some sugarcane so that everything kind of looks a little bit more hidden than it did before, and I also added this really cute little tiny broken dock. I really like how it turned out, and it's really nice. I've been getting a lot of use out of this dock because this is pretty much where I take off whenever I use a boat. So this has been super helpful, and I feel like this place is finally complete, which is awesome. Let me do a quick little flip here so we can hop right into today's episode. I've got a few updates for you guys. In fact, I've got some pretty big updates, some things that I definitely want to talk about, and then a few smaller updates. So, first things first, let's head into my little cave and let's talk about some things. So don't look that way. Okay, we'll look that way in just a second. But the first little update is that, well, first of all, you guys might have noticed my little diamond armor that I have. I did mine a few more diamonds in between episodes, which was pretty cool, but the thing is I pretty much used up all of my diamonds. I think, okay, I have 3, which is, I'm actually going to use this to make myself another pick right now, so let's just do that because we need another one. This one's down to its last leg. I also have made myself some other tools. I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably do most of my enchanting off camera to get the perfect tools, but I'll also do some of it with you guys. It just kind of depends. But the next update I have is this little guy. So this is my little mule or donkey. Mule? Donkey? Not entirely sure. Actually, I don't know. You guys tell me down in the comments section below because I don't even know what to call this guy. I don't have a name for him, but he does have a saddle. Fished up this saddle, and he is just my way that I've been getting around spawn recently. So he's been super helpful, very handy, and I can just kind of take him around. Also, speaking of spawn, we got a new build there, and that is the new community iron farm. And KB was really nice. He actually gave me a lot of iron because I had to replace my doors. Let's actually come in here. I had to, taking a little damage there. I actually had to take out the doors here because it was messing with the villager breeder that we also have at spawn. If you guys see that little floating, where is it? Oh yeah, right there, where my crosshairs are, that little floating thing. We have a villager breeder now, and that's where it is, and I think my doors were kind of throwing off the village a little bit, so I had to replace those. So KB gave me a bunch of iron, which was nice. And I actually have a video clip to show you guys of that whole experience. He let me borrow a villager at the same time, and I thought I would show that to you right now. So after that, another thing that I have to talk to you guys about is a new update that we have on the server here. So we got this really cool thing that's happening. So on the server, we have actually added the ability to get player heads, which is really fun. So if I flip around here, this is Sausage. If you guys know my friend Mythical Sausage, he is on this server, and I have his player head. So this is it. This is what it looks like. I think I can grab that. Yeah, it says Mythical Sausage's head. And I can even put this on and just straight up become Sausage, which I think is so funny and it looks so cool. But the way that you get player heads on the server basically is you go and kill other members. I've only gotten Sausages right now, and I'll have to get some other members here soon. So he is currently just living right here. I really didn't know where to put the player head. I felt like that would be the best place to put it instead of just like sticking his head on the wall or something. So that's Sausage. He's just chilling right here in my house. But I also do have a clip from the experience of us playing around with the player head. So I'm going to insert that now so you guys can see all the fun shenanigans that we got up to with the player heads. So during that clip, Sausage was actually streaming, so if you guys want to head over and watch his recapped stream, he usually uploads it on his channel, so I will be sure to leave that link down below along with all of the other DV members. You gotta check them out, guys. They're so awesome. They're putting in so much work, and everyone's been really active on the server and getting out videos and stuff like that, so be sure to go down in my description, check them out, because we've got a lot of awesome members on the server. But this is going to be a very updatey type video because kind of a lot happened in between episodes, and I'm really trying to make it so that's not necessarily so, like that doesn't happen every episode. But with being on a server, it just happens. Like all these kind of crazy fun things happen, and you don't really expect them. Usually I'm not actually sitting down and recording when these things happen. I'm just kind of resource collecting, preparing for a different video, or you know, strip mining or something like that, and all these crazy things happen. So I be sure to kind of like pull up my recorder and get the clips, even if I'm not, you know, sitting down doing an official recording. I try to record a little bit. So I hope you guys don't mind, but we're gonna head off in this direction because I need to update you guys on something that I did recently. So I did a whole project on this server, and I was gonna make a farm, and I was super excited about it. It's over here in the ocean. We're heading there right now. I spent literally probably 6 to 7 hours just figuring out this design and collecting all of the resources that I was gonna need for it, and then also recording the video parts of it. And it was a total flop, you guys. It was so bad. It kind of flopped, which makes me a little sad because this is something I was really excited about, and I'm not going to give up on it. I still want this to be something that works out. It did kind of flop. It didn't exactly work out. I'm going to come over here and talk to you guys about it a little bit, and don't mind that portal. I'm going to get rid of that. Actually, I need to get rid of that. I totally forgot that that was even here. But we're coming up right now on the little section that I want to talk to you guys about. So this is my most recent project. And again, I did record I actually recorded a 2-part video, and the farm ended up not working out. Now, it's a great design. I'm not knocking the design at all. This is a really cool farm, and you guys might be able to guess what it is already. But this is basically a trident farm, or a drowned zombie farm. For the new 1.13 drown mobs. So the farm is really awesome. It's an Il Mango design, and it's really good. But the problems that I was running into with being on a server is that drowns weren't spawning. They weren't spawning anywhere in this area, and there's several reasons why that could be, and I just wanted to kind of briefly go over that with you guys. I was really excited to put these 2 videos out, but then I realized, the rates on this farm just are terrible. The 6 or 7 hours that I built this farm, as well as the few hours after I built this farm, I got no drowns in it. Not a single drowned came into this farm, and the reason why I think that happened is because, first of all, I haven't lit the caves underneath, which is something I was going to do, but I also strategically picked this placement because I did use my camera account. I did take a peek under the ground. I know that's a little cheaty. I'm going to be honest. I know it's a little cheaty. But I wanted to make sure that I was doing this in a good spot, because if you have a lot of dark caves underneath where you put a farm like this, you're going to have mobs spawning, and they're going to take up the mob cap. So basically, no drowns are going to be spawning in this area because mobs are spawning underneath the ground. They're spawning in the caves underneath the ground. So that was affecting the rates, and also the fact that we have had a lot of activity on the server with people being on. Usually there's tons of people on. I'm usually on with 4 or 5 people at a time, and we've got a lot of AFKers on this server. We have a lot of people that use their fish farms and things like that. They want to AFK. And with that being said, arises the same problem. When the other players on the server are standing AFK, they are also loading the chunks of underground caves that are underneath them. There's a good chance that the caves underneath where they're standing are not lit up as well, and it would just be crazy for me to ask, like, hey guys, can you just like go and light up all the caves underneath where you are or where you're standing at all times because I need this farm to be efficient? That's ridiculous to ask, and it's not really, I don't really feel like that's necessary to ask just to make this farm work. So turning this long story into something short, this farm is not successful. As you guys can probably tell, I've had no drowns spawning in this area. Like, not a single drown has come over here yet. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I was really excited to get a trident farm, and of course, like I said earlier, it's not something I want to give up on. I still want to make a trident farm, and I think I'm just gonna try to think of a different design. Maybe something where we don't have to load the caves underneath. Like, I was kind of thinking maybe a sky spawner, something way up in the sky. If we do it over an ocean, I think drowns can still spawn, or if we just go up really high, then we won't load in the caves. We could get the drowns to go all the way up there. That would be something that we could do, and I think Ilmango has another tutorial for that, so I might look into that. But again, that is my little failed project. I wanted to talk to you guys about that because not everything always works out the way that you plan it's going to, and I did film 2 videos just building this and going through it. It did take me a while, but like I said, not everything works out, and that's okay. Sometimes that's just the way things are, but we're gonna pop down here. I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like a little bit. So it says, this farm is not in use. Please don't light the portals. I really don't want these portals to be lit because the portal could link weird in the nether, so I really don't want that to happen. So to the other DV members, if you could please, if you do stumble upon this little thing, please don't light the portals, because it's just, yeah, it might link with different portals and kind of mess things up and make things kind of weird. So please don't get me, little puffer fish. They're so cute. They're so little, but they're so dangerous. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna head back. I need to get rid of this little column. It's kind of driving me crazy. I need to fix that. But while I'm here, I'm gonna take all of this stuff because we don't need this anymore. We are not gonna be in this area. And if you guys are wondering why I'm even keeping that here, is because I do plan on, like I said, kind of coming back and redoing the farm at some point, and I think I might use the same location. A lot of the caves underneath this area have lava in them, so that's the reason why I strategically picked this place, is because a lot of them are already lit with lava. There's lots of lava pools and stuff like that, so I wasn't too worried about mobs spawning down below, but they do still spawn. There are still caves. There's, I think there's even a ravine, like a big old ravine in this area that mobs would spawn on. But with that being said, I'm going to hop in my boat, and I think we're going to head back. We're actually going to head over to my main base, which is kind of crazy because we haven't really been over there yet. So we are now pulling up to the main base, and I'm so excited, guys. So I have been thinking about what I want to do for my main base for a little while now. Since the server started, I of course had all these ideas kind of floating through my head, thinking, okay, what do I want to do for my main base? And I came up with an idea. I think you guys are really going to like it, and today we're going to be talking about that a little bit. I'm going to be laying out everything for you guys and kind of explaining my vision a little bit, but also leaving things a little bit in the dark because I don't want to give everything away. I want things to be a surprise, and yeah, there's some things I'm going to tell you, some things I won't, so just bear with me for a second. Hang on, I will get there. First thing we should do is we should definitely sleep so I don't get killed by anything scary in the nighttime. We also are going to be doing a build in just a little bit, so don't worry, we are going to be doing something very productive in today's episode. But I also just really quickly, like I mentioned, wanted to go through my ideas with you guys because I have got the plans of, I'm so excited. I can't even explain it to you guys how excited I am about this base. Of course, as usual, I am going pretty ambitious with things. I did not realize that signs were there. They were probably right in front of my eyes, and I just didn't even realize it. Let me actually make another set here really quick. But yeah, I have pretty ambitious plans, but it's also something that I think you guys are going to think is cool. Hopefully, that's always the plan at least. And this is our area. So if you haven't seen it, we've got a little coral reef over there. We've got this kind of cool little mountain with a waterfall, and then we have these crazy cliffs, which I do plan on doing terraforming to this. I really want to make this look like a really cool snow-capped mountain. That's more of my plan. It is currently snow-capped, but I'm talking super snow-capped. Of course, we're going to do something with this main place. This is just where I'm leaving everything right now. Kind of, you know, I have my tree farms here, right there and right there. I have my little chests here. I don't really have a starter house yet. That's something we of course have to work on. As of right now, that's pretty much it. And you might be thinking, okay, where are you going to put things? Because you have a cliffside. Like, am I just going to fit everything on here? No. So what we're going to be doing this season is we're going to go with one of my favorite themes of all time, favorite building styles of all time, and that is steampunk. Yes. I'm going to be revisiting steampunk, and I just realized I need to get my hearts up. My hunker's up for once in my life, but my hearts are down because I was almost drowning. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to be doing steampunk this season, which if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that that is my favorite building style of all time. I adore steampunk builds, and I've never been able... I've done singular steampunk builds, but I've never done a steampunk city. And I think it would be so freaking cool if we did a half underwater, half above water steampunk city. And also kind of a cliffside steampunk city. So let me actually go over in this direction because I want to kind of talk to you guys about where things are going to go, because we have water, and as I just mentioned, it's going to be half underwater and half over water. I'll also get to that in a second. There's so many things I have to talk about. So here's the plan. So basically, this is going to be Steam Haven. If you guys caught the last season, you'll know that our main spawn town was called Sea Haven, and we haven't named our spawn town this season yet, but I assume it's going to have something involving Haven, and I'm going to call this Steam Haven to kind of fit in with that, you know, the decidedly vanilla theme. Right over here in the cliffside is going to be Grimsport, and that's going to be kind of a sub area of this town or this city. We're going to have Grimsport, and it's going to basically be inside the cliff. So that's Grimsport, and Grimsport is kind of a scary place. It's kind of a sketchy place. It's kind of the rougher side of town, I guess, and it's going to be very cyberpunk based. So we're going very steampunk, a little cyberpunk, and it's going to be very cyberpunk type inside of there. Dark, dingy type place like that, but it's still going to have market stalls and food places and vendors and housing. It's just going to be a little bit more run down, and it's going to be in the side of a mountain. So then, moving on to the outside, there's probably going to be a big opening in the mountain, obviously, so you can come out into Steam Haven. Steam Haven is going to be really grand and really fancy, and that's kind of the main city. And that's going to pretty much take up this whole ocean area. So it's going to start and kind of creep on the sides of the mountains. We might have some builds like built into the mountains, and then it's all going to be over this water / in the water. So the builds are going to be kind of in and out of the water, and it's just going to be this big towering city that kind of hangs out over here. And that's pretty much it. So that's our town, and that's what I have worked out so far. If you guys have any other ideas, feel free to leave them down below. So that's the plan, and now that I've talked about that a little bit, I'm going to hop into today's build, and also I'm going to show you guys this. So I've already started planning out the first build that we're going to be doing in town, and that is the service center, or the kind of community center. And this is it. This is currently it. It's a cobblestone box. So this is my portal that links up to the nether. We're going to pop through really quickly, and I'm going to show you guys what I did because it basically just connects everything to spawn. I was really starting to dread taking a boat every time that I wanted to come over to my base, so I did decide to link it up to spawn, and we've got this kind of cool bridge. I actually followed Pixelriff's design, kind of followed his lead a little bit with that. It is kind of rickety and kind of scary because it's over this giant pit, but this just heads off over into my base. So heading back through, so we are going to start on today's project. We're going to head out of the community build, which I don't even know what I'm calling this. Right now I'm kind of calling it a service center, but it's basically going to be like, you know, when you go into a new town and you're a tourist and you don't exactly know where you're going. So you go to like one of those service areas, or service, what are they called? Like an information desk, kind of, where you go when you want to take a tour or you need information or something, like you first come into this place. That's basically what that is. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to get on to our build for today, the exciting part. I'm so stoked about this. And let me grab out some blocks here that we are going to use. We're going to use some sandstone. We're also going to be using prismarine. Let me load off some of this junk. Okay, let's see if I can go find some gravel really quick, because I would really like to make some coarse dirt. So let me just scope this area out. And the build that we're going to be doing... Oh, there's some gravel. The build that we're... Aside from that, the gravel, the excitement of the gravel. What we're going to be building today is we are going to be doing a conduit. So I'm very excited about this. This is a new 1.13 mechanic that I have just personally been ecstatic for, And I've been so excited to get use out of these new conduits because they're like the beacon of the sea. But now into the fun stuff. We are actually going to put our conduit in our town. So it's going to be effective in this area, which is going to be very cool. I think I have a spot picked out for it already. I scoped it a little bit, but there's my little conduit. It looks so cool. Basically, before I start getting to work here, I found this ruin. Oop, I am definitely dying. Oh my gosh. I gotta remember that I don't have the conduit down yet. So I found this ocean ruin, and it's right here, and it's actually a part of 4 little ocean ruins. So we've got one there, one there, one there, and then this guy. And this one has the prismarine, and it really stuck out to me. I thought it looks pretty cool, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to use this as our base for our conduit. I thought that would be pretty nice. So I'm just going to kind of pop down here and get rid of some of these blocks that we're not going to use really. We're just going to kind of get rid of all of these and then probably put the conduit sort of on top of them. Alright, there we go. So that's pretty good. Kind of cleared out that area. Now one thing that I'm noticing is this is a 4x4. I would like it to be a 5x5 if I could, because that'll support it a little better and just kind of flow better with the design. So we're going to come down. Let me grab out my sandstone here, and we'll kind of get rid of some of this stuff. And this is the hard part. This is why I'm super excited to get the conduit, is because we don't have to keep going up for air. Let's see here. So let's grab out our prismarine. Oh no, see? Taking damage. Ah! So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go out by 5. And I'm gonna run out of air soon. I can feel it. It's coming. Okay, we're gonna go up. Then holding down shift, we can start to build up the sides. So this is how you make the conduit. This is the structure. You need to do a 5x5x5, I believe. Okay, putting the last blocks in here. So that's pretty good. And then we want to put one there. And then if we go like this, and then if we take this block out really quickly, come on, take it out quick. There we go. Check it out, guys. We got a conduit! This is so awesome. Honestly, this is one of the coolest things that they've added to the game. I love this feature so much. And you can see that we're just chilling here. I have 1 bubble left because that's where the conduit caught me. But if we actually go back up, I can get my bubbles back. And then we'll sink down, and you can see that my bubbles won't move. They will stay the same because we currently have conduit power. So it's going to flicker between 12, 10, and 11. And yeah, that basically just means that we can stay down here for as long as we want. However, oh, look at the dolphin. Oh my god, he's adorable. Oh, look how cool that is. Oh, he's going to play with the block. Oh, he kind of shot it in the opposite direction. How cool is that, guys? I love this. I just love this update in Minecraft so much. This is amazing. But now what I'm doing is I am making a full conduit. So I am making the biggest radius that you can go. And that, oh, he just like jet streamed me. Thank you. I just got, oh my gosh, I got the little dolphin swim power. Will he do that again? Dolphin. So once we put in this last block, we're going to see that change. It's going to look so cool. We're going to have the little eye on the inside. There it is. We got the little red eye to open up in the center. So it looks kind of cool. It also looks rather odd, I have to admit. So what I want to achieve with this build is I just want to make it look natural, make it look really cool, and try to do something just interesting with it. It doesn't really have to be that grand or pretty. I kind of want it to look like it's just sitting on a pedestal, basically. One thing that I think would make this look really awesome is by adding some soul sand and making some bubble jet streams. I really love the bubble jet streams and how awesome they look. So let's go maybe right there. Add a little bubble jet stream that shoots down there through this little gap that we have, so it goes all the way up to the top. I think that looks pretty cool, and we might add that on every single side. So I'm going to go to every side, and I'm going to add the bubble jet streams, and I'm also going to fix this bottom. It's looking a little awkward to me, so I've got some work to do, but I'll be right back with you guys in just a second. I'm currently fighting a drowned, and I think I have, well, I've defeated him for sure, but I think I've also kind of gotten close to finishing up our little conduit. So check it out, guys. This is what it looks like. Let me kind of actually, yeah, let me just take a couple off that. This is what it looks like. So I've got bubble jet streams kind of all the way going around. Might slip one back there. I put another one back there even, but I've got them kind of framing the little center. And then I just sort of terraformed this area down here, added some stairs so it looks like it's being supported by this old ruin that was there, and that this ruin has kind of been converted now into a conduit holder, I guess you could say. And this is super simple. Like, this is nothing crazy. All I did was just kind of played with what I already had there. Well, I literally just added little bits of sandstone, some jet streams, and a little bit of dirt, and kind of just re-terraformed a structure that was already there, slapped my conduit on top, and I think it's really effective. I think it's cool. And I really did want to try to do something steampunk for this, but I just couldn't really think of anything that would look super steampunk. So I'm gonna end this video off in the rain. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. It was super chilled. I know I talked to you guys. I gave you a lot of updates. I showed you some clips from past little recording times that didn't really end up working out for actual videos. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I'm excited to start on my brand new base. So don't forget to give me ideas on anything steampunk related, because I would really like to know. But I will talk to you guys very soon, and I'll see you in the next Decidedly Vanilla episode. Bye, guys!